Hey guys, it's Meredith Fesh, Clarity Coach and creator of PauseBox. This is a quick message to thank you so much for downloading the end of year ritual and guide. I wanted to send along just a few tips and a special invitation if you are interested. I would love to invite you to an event that's happening at the end of December. But first, as you go about your end of year ritual, I wanted to make sure that I shared the following tips. So first, this is an end of year ritual. So when you do it, light a candle, put on some essential oils, play some peaceful music. This is as much about you nurturing yourself as finishing and completing a task. So set the stage, set the scene. And also, in my experience, as you cover a whole year's worth of activity and feelings and emotions, the first take typically is an inventory. So it's a very logical kind of experience. The second take is much more where you ask, what did I forget to mention, right? You look at all the activity and you think, there's something else about this year that really mattered to me. So maybe it was a book you read, or maybe it was a catch up with an old friend. Maybe it was a beautiful hike you took that, exposed you to like an incredibly impressive, awe-inspiring outlook. Right? These are the things that don't get into our calendars or our planners. So these are sort of the things that on the second sitting, as you go through your list of what was this year about for you, make sure you take some time to really dig into the juiciness of the year and not stop solely at the activity level, right? Though you can get a lot of value just looking at the sheer volume of activity that you accomplished. So that's tip number one. We really are here to acknowledge, honor, and celebrate the year. So this is, make sure you don't forget categories like fun or your health. We often take that for granted, right? Maybe things like your own spiritual or personal development, right? Things that kind of happen without you really taking note of it. So make sure all that goes into your year, because it's such an important part of who you are and how you got here. So the reason we do this is so you can honor yourself, right? The courage, the energy, the openness, the change that you went through, and probably a lot of the trust you had to develop as a result of that. So we want to honor and acknowledge that. We also want to celebrate it, because if you're an overworker, an overdoer, and a high achiever, you're probably not celebrating your own strengths. You're probably dismissing it as like, anyone could have done that. So the second reason we do this is because we want to recognize how connected we are. So did you do all this on your own? Probably not. We're used to doing things on our own, but likely when you look at the year in review, you probably had some help. So this is where you can really lean into the supporters and helpers and bright spots, the people in your life who lift you up, and you can appreciate them, maybe even write a little thank you letter to them, or just really sending thank you in your heart is a lot, and that's enough. So this also goes to help you realize you're not alone. You're not a lone wolf. You're not doing this on your own. And if you are, that's heavy and it's hard and it's hustle. So what would it look like if you could lean more into all the trusting of the supporters and helpers you have out there? And then the final reason we do this is to be witnessed. I highly recommend that after you've done this process of completion, you share at least one insight with a trusted friend. Maybe it's a high point, maybe it was a low point, maybe it was just a key takeaway where you realized, wow, that really mattered. If you don't want to share it with a friend, feel free to write something up and email me. I am happy and delighted to witness you in all of your glory. And then another option, if you are someone who enjoys community, I am gathering all of my girlfriends for a really special edition of the Unplugged session. And this is your invitation to come and join us. We will be gathering on December 30th at noon Pacific time. And we will go through this process in a lightweight format because it's only an hour. And then we're going to do the reflections, and we're going to share and really dig into what was it all about? How do we want to show up? Really integrate what this year had to offer us. So I would love you to be part of that. I have information in this email, and please, there's a coupon code so that it's incredibly affordable to join. And I would just so look forward to having you there. So please consider that. I think that's what I wanted to add. Thanks again for being a wonderful part of my community. I really, really do appreciate your feedback and your support. And I really look forward to serving you and making things make sense in 2022. Talk to you then.